Shalom, shalom. First one, give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Yahweh is the Most High. Yahushai is the Son of the Most High. The true names of the Most High and His Son. Right, this lesson is going to be concerning basically the battle between Israel and Edom. Right, because Edom is our chief adversary, if you will, our chief enemy. Right, it's the constant struggle between these two nations. Right, there's bad blood, if you will. Right, I have a couple of precepts I want to go into. Lord willing, this video is edifying. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 17, verse 14. It says, "And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven." Right? If you want to know about Amalek, Amalek is the chief tribe of Esau, Edom. Amalek is the chief tribe of Edom, if you will, which are today they're known as the so-called known as Jewish, the Jewish people, which that is not true. The real Jews are the so-called Negroes, are the so-called Haitians, are the so-called Jamaicans. Those are the real Jews. That's the house of Judah, if you will. Where it says, "For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven." See, this is a prophecy that's going to be fulfilled. It has not been fulfilled yet. See, you damn devils, you don't want that stigma to be on you. You don't want that scent, that smell of you being destined, of being destroyed, if you will, be marked for being destroyed around you, man. That's why you're trying to put out the remembrance of Edom right now. You yourself trying to do it. You don't want to be known as Edom. That's why you take on a whole nother nationality, a whole nother heritage, if you will, a whole nother identity. That's why you try to whitewash everything, because you know that you're marked. I'm talking about you, damn devils, man. Edomites, you know you marked for damnation. It says, verse 15, it says, "And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi," which the true names of the Most High, the true name of the Most High is Yahweh. Right? Which, if I'm not mistaken, in Hebrew, Yahweh Anasaya, Anasaya means Yahweh is my banner. I don't know if I pronounced it wrong, you know. But when I say Yahweh Anasaya, Anasaya, I'm trying to say Yahweh is my banner. Right, continue on, it says, verse 16. It says, "For he said, because the Lord," over reading it again, it says, "For he said, because Yahweh have sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." Right, so your name is going to be put out of the earth. You know, for all the evil that you have done on this earth, man, you have to be put out. That evil may be put out, for you are the evil. In fact, let's get the book of Genesis real quick. Genesis chapter 25, verse 22. Now verse 21. It says, "And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, which Rebekah is the mother of Esau and Jacob. Verse 22, it says, and the children struggled together within her. Who's the children? Esau and Jacob, which Esau was the firstborn, Jacob was the secondborn. The firstborn shall serve the younger. And that's a prophecy, man. The firstborn shall serve the younger. We'll continue on. It says the children struggle together within her. And that's spiritual. This is a spiritual book. There's a constant struggle even to this day. The progenitors of these two nations were struggling in the womb, and these two nations are struggling today. You know? This is, and the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. You know? Yeah, I have a couple of precepts I want to go into, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Right, let's get this lesson really going to be concerning the damn devil, man. Prophesying against the damn devil, basically. Against, hence the word against. Prophesying, this lesson is concerning prophesying against the damn devil. Zechariah chapter 5 verse 1. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying robe, which this scripture is concerning a chariot. That flying robe is a chariot, if you will, a vehicle, a flying vehicle, if you will. And this is where you have planes, helicopters, jets. You know, but the angels, they have chariots that they ride on. You know, in the scripture you'll see the word clouds, horses, you know, etc. Which the world call these chariots UFOs, unidentified flying objects, which they are really chariots. See, Edom, the chief adversary, he would like you to believe that these chariots are UFOs. He would like you to believe that there is such things called aliens, which that's not the truth. Right, but continue on. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying robe. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, and see a flying robe. And it says, and I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Verse 3. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Which, when you go into that word curse, you know, go into that word curse, it goes into the word Allah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the word Allah translates to, or it goes into oath. You know, so when you make a promise or an oath, meaning it must needs to be done, or it's going to be done, it's surely going to happen, if you will. Right, in fact, we go back to Exodus real quick, chapter 17. Exodus chapter, to learn more about an oath, if you will. Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. It says, for he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And it's going to be a war in these last days, man. Where that stone, if you will, that stone that's going to destroy the feet, which symbolically speaking, that feet represents the last kingdoms, the last age, if you will, the last kingdoms, which this is a kingdom where America, basically, this world is governed by Esau, Edom. Right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now it's a prophecy in the book of Daniel where the stone is going to destroy, defeat what represents the last kingdoms of the earth, which that stone represents Yahushua. And Yahushua, he's going to destroy the last kingdoms, the last rulerships of the earth, man, which is the EU, NATO, and America, and the so-called other kingdoms as well. You know? So this whole rulership is going to be brought down, man. The whole United Nations, the whole Confederacy, you know, all of that is going to be brought down. You know, see, when Yahushua, he come with his glory and with thousands and thousands of angels, he's going to destroy all this society, man. He's going to destroy all these nations, man. All these nations' militaries. And that's that war, man. That last war. For it is written, you know, it speaks about, you know, that, you know, they shall make war against the Lamb. Meaning these nations, these kingdoms, they're going to make war against the Lamb. Right? And they're going to utterly fail, if you will. They're going to utterly be destroyed. Right? Going back. It says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side, according to it. Every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side, that according to it. So, and really, who's the chief thief? You know, who's the chief thief of the earth? Esau, Edom. Stole nationalities. He stole identities. He stole history. He stole us and brought us on slave ships, man. And made us slaves, man. He stole men. And he swore falsely, man. That's why you have those people over there in Jerusalem right now, those Amalekites and those heathens over there in the land of Jerusalem right now swearing falsely. They're you know, they are in the land of righteousness, which is Israel, Jerusalem. But they still doing madness over there, man. The people was doing madness over there. That's how you know that that people is not the true people. That's how you know that those people are not the true possessors of that land. You know? But verse 4, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. What it means, it's going to enter into the house of the thief. Meaning what? That army, if you will, that flying road, you know, which ultimately is the holy angels. They're going to destroy the thief, man. And really, the house of the thief is America. You know, the house of the thief is America. You know, so ultimately, that that's that war. It says, I will bring it forth, save the Lord, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stone thereof. Right, that's why you have these so-called UFO sightings all around America. You know, in different, you know, European kingdoms and stuff like that. Right, which when you go to the word, that's really again, it says, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. It says consume. I mean, this place is gonna get burned up, man. Especially the militaries of the earth. gonna get burnt up, man. Right? Let's get this real quick. You know, so ultimately you're gonna have to pay, man. This Joel chapter 3, verse 2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right, so the nations, especially Edom, he parted the land. That's why you have heathens over there treading the lands of Jerusalem right now. Over there in the east, I'm pointing at the east, you know, if you don't know, if you will. Right, so they have parted the land. And that place is going to get destroyed as well. And those people in that land is going to get destroyed, and it's going to be renewed. You know? Let's get Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10. It says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will ye not learn righteousness. Right? Because this man has been, you know, this man have gotten hold of the law. Those so-called Amalekites, the Edomites, they have gotten hold of the law. They have gotten hold of the book and of the land of uprightness. But they're still not doing righteousness. It says that here they have all the you know, they have the ability, if you will, to, you know, to do it, but they don't, because it's not for them. Here they have they have the resources, you know, to find out the truth, but they're still liars because their father is a liar. It says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. So it says, in the land of uprightness will he do unjustly. Go over there in Jerusalem. Right now, today, in this modern day, in this modern age, man, you have LGBTQ Pride Month, Pride walks going through the lands of uprightness, man. And that's what the damn devil doing over there. Having a LGBTQ parade through the lands of Israel. What type of folly, filth is that, man? That's why that place got to get destroyed, man. People got to get consumed out of that land, man. And really, that's the shaking of the nations. Let's get them real quick. Let's get the book of Haggai, chapter 2, verse 6. It says, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, yet once it is a little while, and I will shake the heavens and the earth and the sea and the dry land, and I will shake all nations. It says, and I will shake all nations. That's the declining, if you will, of these nations, man. The destruction of this nation, man, of this society, of this whole system that's established on this earth right now. And it's going to start with you head. It's going to start with the head, man, which is Edom, and also Amalek. For it is known that Amalek, the so-called Jewish man, the Jewish people, they run Hollywood, they run almost everything, man. It's been known, man. You know, so it's gonna start with your downfall, Edom. Right, this is your world, and it has to be destroyed. continue on, it says, yet will we not learn righteousness. Verse 16, it says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In a land of uprightness will he do, it says, will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. Verse 11, it says, Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yeah, they're going to be ashamed at their envy at Israel, at us, man. Right, because we have been given that heritage. We are the children of the promise, the seed of the promise, man. Right, Yahushua came to save us. Right, Yahushua came to save the lost sheep, the house of Israel, man. It says, yeah, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. And really that's going to be by those nukes, and also by the chariots, by the armies, if you will. The heavenly army. Because the heavenly army, the angels, they're going to destroy as well. Pertaining to, or pursuing to, second Esdras, if I'm not mistaken, either chapter 11 or chapter 13. Everything's going to be made, it's going to get evaporated, man. Destroyed, man. We ready to go. It's Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare, naked, exposed. He's being exposed as we speak. In fact, the prophets are exposing. It says, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. It says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. Verse 12, this point, it says, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Yeah, because Esau, he had, been so long, he went unpunished. Right? Though he was guilty, he still, went on unpunished. Why? Because his time wasn't yet. But now it's coming to that time when his time is going to be yet. His time is going to be over, if you will. It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? So you're going to have to go unpunished for all the things that you have done. You are the chief thief of the earth, man. The chief adversary, man. You are the chief opposition. You are the border of wickedness, You are the border of wickedness, man. And you have to be put out like fire being quenched. It says, thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. So you're going to have to drink of the cup of judgment, of punishment. It says, for I was sworn. See, it's that oath again. Because when you swear something, you're making an oath. You're swearing an oath or a promise, if you will. In fact, let's go into that word sworn. Let's go into that word sworn real quick. In the Latin, or in fact, it's giving me the word swear, which is the same thing, but spelled different. It says swear means to take an oath. Right, to take an oath. So that's what a swear, when you swear, you're taking an oath. Right? So let's go back. Verse 12, Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 13. It says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bozrah," which if I'm not mistaken, Bozrah was the city of Edom, in the land of Edom, if you will, or where Edom grew up. Right? It says that Bozrah shall become a desolation. So that's a promise, man. That's an oath. Remember in the scripture I brought out on how, the remembrance of Amalek is going to be put out. Right? It says that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, and a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be a perpetual waste. You know? Really good close out on that. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Double honest to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute, shalom to the fellow laborers in this truth. And all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is the Son of the Most High. Right, the true names of the Most High and the Son. Again, Yahweh is the name of the Most High. Yahweh Shai is the name of the Son of the Most High. The true names of the Most High and the Son. Right, Lord willing, this video is edifying. Again, double honors to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in this truth. And all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.